All righty. So it's 10:05. Welcome to Transformation Thursdays. I am here with my co-host. Actually, I'm not going to be the official host. This is going to be hosted by Ms. Jill Vaughn, which most of you have already had an opportunity to meet her. We've had several trainings with her on, and it's been phenomenal. I've had phenomenal feedback. So the reason why we created this call called Transformation Thursdays is because a lot of you asked for this type of conversation. And for those who know Jill, she has been transforming lives for over 11 years. She was actually one of my, actually, I'm frozen. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay, cool. I thought I was frozen. I was like, wait a minute, I'm frozen.
You
Well, she,
were.
okay, okay, cool. Yeah, no, she was a trainer for one of my courses. And she changed my life. And she's also changed the lives of almost 4,000 people throughout her career. She's now joined us here at eXp Realty. And I'm just so incredibly honored and excited and grateful that Miss Jill is here. So let's go ahead and give her a huge, warm welcome. Round of applause for Miss Jill. And thank you so much. Take it away, my friend. The future is happening now. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be with you again. And for those of you I haven't met yet, hello. Um, it hit me. Today's July 11th. It's 7-Eleven. Don't we get a free drink at 7-Eleven today? So go get your free drink today. I am.
Jill told me that this morning. I'm like, I haven't been to 7-Eleven in a while. I'm going to go get my free drink.
Okay. And before we begin, I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I'm 61, starting a brand new career. And I have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. And for over 30 years, I've been involved in transformational work, leading programs for the last 20. I was also a successful hair designer and makeup artist. And through the training and development I've been through, I was able to triple my clientele and my income. And then about 10 years ago, I retired from the salon to fully dedicate myself to transformational work. And I impacted thousands of lives and even people I don't know, right? Currently, I train and develop high performance leaders, which really is the fulfillment of my life. And, being here with you this morning is a dream come true. I've always wanted to be a real estate agent. So I'm going to bring all my fierce love, commitment, and high performance to my clients and my team. That's why I chose to join Leo and all of you. So I'm very excited also about the possibility of us, excelling together. So today's 50-minute training, again, is very different from the typical presentations that we're usually on. So this is interactive. I want you participating and sharing and, really doing this for your real life. If this really is to be a transformation in 50 minutes, which that is totally possible, you need to be fully engaged and you must do the work. It takes courage to be open and reevaluate how you see yourself, your business, and your life. So let's get started, okay? All right. So the intention of this training is for each of us, me and Leo also, to distinguish our predictable future. And, our predictable future is probably the way it's going to go based on the past. And, sometimes we don't even know that's there, our past. And then we wonder why we're not producing results. So this is going to make a difference for you today. And then we're going to create a vision for your business that really touches, moves, and inspires you. And then by the end of this 50 minutes, you will be clear on what you're committed to for this year. And, possibly for more years after that. And you'll understand how to measure that vision that you have into tangible results. So again, this transformation will require courage, the courage to honestly assess what isn't working in your business. Now, if you're going to sit there and say, well, hey, everything's going great right now, I don't need to do this. Well, then you're missing the boat. So we get that, hey, maybe, a lot of you, you're like you're killing it. So, put that aside and look for where you're not. So that way you can take your high level to the next level. Okay. And remember, we're not here to fix you, improve you, or anything, but to help you define what you aim to achieve by the year end and who you're being in the process. So right now, we're going to start being interactive. Type in the chat, what do you aim to accomplish in your business by the end of the year? We're just picking this so we have something to do today, okay? So by the end of the year, what do you aim to accomplish in your business? Okay, so that's the first question. And then second, and just make it like 1 or 2 sentences. What impact could this have on your clients, on your teams, and your community? So I'll give you an example. I'm out to accomplish 100,000 in transactions this year by the end of the year, and I don't even have my license yet. But that's my dream, right? That's my goal. That's what I'm out to accomplish. And the impact that will have on my clients, my team, and my community is my clients will know who I am and what I'm capable of, and they'll refer me. And my teams, I've already created all these partners. I'll have even more of you as partners. And my community, I'll be known in the community as somebody who makes a difference and makes people's dreams come true. So just kind of put in the chat, what do you aim to accomplish in your business by the end of the year? And what impact will this have on your clients, your team, and your community? And if you really do this work with me, just right here with me for 50 minutes, I promise you, it'll make a difference. You'll have a shift at 11 o'clock. By 11 o'clock.
Let's go. The chat is lighting up, Ms. Jill. And then personally, I'll just say that my goal is to personally sponsor 50 agents to the company before the end of the year. That's my goal. And to our organization to grow over 3,000 agents. So that's the 2 things that I'm aiming for.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add that. I'm doing 25 agents by December.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And if you could add to this later, okay, we're just doing an exercise right now. So for those of you, how many of you are like, oh, you have to get it perfect, people? And you get stopped because it's not perfect. I'm one of those. Just write something out there. We can change it later. You're not stuck with anything. Great. Can you read a couple of them, Leo?
Sure. Yeah. So let me go back here. Yeah. I love the participation. Thank you guys for participating and engaging in the chat. So build a team, consistency. Yoni said, help 12 families by the end of the year. David, show how tangible I'm all over California. Growth and more leads, closings, show that we could sell 300,000 to 33 million. Amen. So, the price range, right? All the way from low end, all the way to high end. Build a consistent habit that will keep me moving out of my comfort zone.
Okay,
Leads and
wait a minute.
closing.
I'm going to stop for a second, Leo. Okay,
Go
everybody.
for it.
The
There's a lot of sharing. I love it.
The more specific you are, the faster it'll happen. So if you're really general, it kind of doesn't, it's not, you want to have specific results so that you have a focus. So, and it's great that you want to build a high performance team. How many? And look, none of this I'm saying is the truth. I'm just super committed to you, exceeding what you want. So try to be as specific as you can. Go ahead, Leo, read some more.
Okay, perfect. I was just typing in here to get more specific. So let me see where I was at. So leads and closings, generate more leads, teaching people how to change lives, building a brand of love and retirement, building a team of experts that help navigate their real estate needs to make a difference in their perspective on real estate and generational wealth. Teresa said, build a strong, high-performing team that has consistent results. Aida said, learn and implement my knowledge, helping my clients in their commercial investments. Patricia said, sponsoring one agent this Friday, having a team of agents from LA to OC, San Diego, and Riverside County, helping first-time home buyers find their dream home. So we have so far in the chat.
Maisha, how many first-time home buyers are you going to help find their dream home? How many? Look, just create something. Okay, you can change it later. And you might not reach the number you create. You might exceed it or you might fall short. But the important thing is that you're courageous enough to say, here's what I'm creating, this many, and here's why. Here's the impact it'll have.
Yes. Yeah, there's so much power, guys, on the power of declaration, right? So what Jill's saying is the more specific you are, because you guys have typed in some wonderful things in here, but let's get very, very granular and specific, right? Like, what is the number that you guys are aiming towards? Because if you just say more clients, well, more clients could just be one customer, right? Growing your team could be one person. And if that's what you're aiming for, that's totally okay. But I want you guys to be 100% clear of what are is the aim for when you're building a team, when you're looking at your production goals, your income goals. Get very clear and specific. All right, all right.
And I would write this in a notebook also so you can keep it. Write it in a notebook.
Love it. Teresa said, impact 100 families and community with financial literacy and education on building generational wealth and protecting it. Love it.
Beautiful. Very specific. Does that inspire you, Teresa? Yes. And Patricia's being really specific. Sponsor one agent by Friday. You go, girl. And Lovos, where's my Lovos? 12 families, help 12 families by the end of the year. What are you going to help them in?
That could be like buy or sell. So that's
Okay, it's a
12
little bit
transaction.
general. It's a little bit general. Nothing's wrong. But like Teresa did, why do you want to help these people? Think of it, I want you to think newly, like right now, really look.
Yeah. Yeneth said, generating minimum 2 to 3 strong leads per month and close one deal per month. Specific. I like it.
Yoni, come on. We want to hear from you. What do you like?
Okay, Jill,
Brainstorming.
my apologies.
No,
Yeah,
nothing's
so
wrong. No, don't be sorry. There's
yeah,
nothing wrong.
so when I meant help 12 families, I wasn't super clear on that. Ultimately, my goal is, I know we're mid-year already, and for me, to be honest with you, to even helping 12 families, and what I mean by that is like either purchase or sell, right? So either one of those two type of transactions. And it seems a little bit over far-fetched, because that's like 5 more months, and it really means like 2-3 a month going forward. And I've been kind
Right.
of, it's been like from 0 to that. It's a hefty goal, but I gotta put it out there.
Yes, I love it. Okay, you're doing great. Do you mind if I work with you? Because it'll make a
Yes,
big difference for everybody on this call.
sure.
Okay, thank you. So you say 12 families want to either buy or sell, right?
Correct.
Okay. So why do you want them to buy a home?
Why? Well, I think that there's still a lot of families out there that are eager to get into their first home, right? Um, and so I want to be that person to sort of guide them through the process. I want to be able to find those families, and be able to just guide them through the process and and basically make that a reality for them.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
And then why would somebody want to sell their house?
that's a good question. Well, I mean, a lot of times, I see a lot of our peers here that are doing really well with listings, and I'm like, okay, I want to get to that level. Just to name drop Gabe Mendez, he was doing really good on some listings, and I'm like, wow, I want to get, in the next few years, I want to get to that level. And the reason why people are selling is either they're selling to upsize, right, to bigger home, families growing, or they're possibly moving out of state too, selling investment properties. So there's a lot of reasons why, and also I want to be, build that trust where I can have that referral based on people that are looking to sell or attract listings.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Because, that context, it's like we have to be two-headed. Okay, I'm playing this game for this many families, this many homes.
Right.
And here's the context. You have to have both present. It's like when a soccer player plays soccer and they train and train and train how to kick the ball, how to, do all these things in soccer. And then when they get to the field, they got to just wail. They can't be looking at the scoreboard the whole time they're playing, but
Right.
they need to look, at after each, what do you call it in soccer?
Each play, basically, each move.
Yeah. Then you can go, how we doing? Oh, okay. Oh, we gotta step it up. Or wow, we're killing it. Right. So
Yeah.
you gotta have the score in the background, but who you're being and your vision. So we're gonna create that in a few minutes. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Let's give Yoni a hand. He's always the courageous one. Okay. So let's see. So and you guys, if you're driving or you're out somewhere, do your best, okay? But I really want you to think back, okay? When you started as a real estate professional. For some of you, it's 30 years. For some of you, maybe more, or 20 or 10, or for me, like, 6 months. You had this vision, what you could achieve for your clients, your teams, and your customers. So imagine forgetting why you started this journey. Just imagine you forgot about all that. Like Yoni said, helping people find their very first home and making it possible for them. Maybe they didn't think it was. Or some people, their third home, their dream home, and creating happy families, being the agent that everybody loves and everybody knows about. And tons of people want to come play with you, and you can grow your team with like-minded agents like you. So, I'm just kind of like guessing what all of us, why we became real estate agents. If there's something more you want to add to that, you can put that in the chat. Because, I'm learning from all of you. Okay.
If I give my original Jill, like my original idea, right? This is, I just wanted to make money. That was like my main thing. I just wanted to change my direction of my life. I didn't have a lot of money, so I literally got into the business for money. Like that was literally the reason why, right? The original reason.
Well, I should add that because that is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you,
Build
Leo.
wealth.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to say, no, I want to make a lot of money. Why not?
I want to make millions of dollars.
And I'm sure, Leo, it's evolved from that, obviously, because look who you are and look how many people are following you. Okay. Yes, you want to make a lot of money, but you want everybody else to make a lot of money, and you want people to have dream homes.
Exactly. Yeah. And fulfillment, right? I mean, then once I started making the money, and then I also started to see the impact. And when I would help somebody to buy or sell their home, then my heart got connected to it. And then it became my purpose. I was like, wow, I'm actually helping somebody to create a home and memories and all those other things that go along with it. So I fell in love with the business, right? When I started doing it. But in the beginning, it was just, I just want to make a lot of money.
I got it. That was kind of my starter too. Okay, now just imagine, okay, you forgot why you were doing this. You just forgot. Now, this is when the rubber meets the road right here. Because I know it's not just me, right? You forget why you're doing this. You know, why I wake up at 5 a.m. and, you know, why I'm having all these conversations and appointments and running with agents and, you know, shadowing them and open houses and prospecting. You know, sometimes I forget and I'm too busy doing, and I'm not being who I really am. So just imagine those times that you can remember that you forgot why you were doing this. So this is when you want to tell the truth. Because remember, authenticity wins around here, not looking good. Okay. We're in a laboratory right now, and this is confidential. Okay. So, you know, what my business would look like when I forget what I'm up to and what my vision is, I procrastinate. I get distracted and I'm not in action. And what that might look like, it's kind of embarrassing, is I go to sleep. Oh, I need a nap. Or I want to watch, you know, Netflix for 3 hours. Or, you know, my phone's dinging me to look on social media. You know, I've gotten distracted. And those are the times that I forget what I'm up to. Okay. So, you know, I'm sure I'm the only one, right? None of you do that.
Of course not.
I want to see a lot of people laughing. Good. Okay. So who would like to share? Somebody brave to share what it looks like for you when you forget why you're doing this. Who would like to share? Some brave soul.
I'll share.
Teresa, thank you.
So, what does it look like when I forget why I do this? It looks like I'm so consumed in my own small little problems, my own little issues that are really tiny when I look at it afterwards, right? In the moment, they're like so huge and so big. And part of the reason why they look so big is because I didn't make the phone call that I had to make. Because I didn't get in communication with the people I needed to do, right? I didn't take the action that was to be taken at that moment in time to take care of that thing. So then I forget. I don't forget. I just don't do it. I don't do it. I avoid it. Don't do it. And I fall into my world of this problem is so huge and it's so big, and it really isn't.
Yeah, that's what we call a breakdown. And then we added a bunch of meaning to the breakdown, right, Teresa?
A lot.
Teresa used to participate and train people with me like the last 10, 15 years. So it's so great to be with you in this capacity.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Let's give her a hand. Anybody else? If you can type in the chat, because I know we're not gonna be able to talk to everybody. Type in the chat, you know, what does it look like when you forget why you're doing this? Angelica, please.
I think what it looks like for me personally is procrastination and almost a sense of entitlement. Like, you know, I've hustled so hard today or yesterday. Let me go ahead and rest because I deserve it. So that's why I mean entitlement. And then that becomes consistent, right? And so when you get, you know, I deserve time to rest, and I know it takes balance, but again, I deserve to take it easy today, even though I have the vision in mind. But what happens when you take it too easy is you take the comfort route. Oh, this is pretty easy. I'm going to go this route because I don't have to stretch myself today because I deserve to go the easy route. So that's what it looks like for me. And that's why earlier I typed in the chat is to build consistent habits that are going to keep me out of my comfort zone.
Great. Oh my gosh, such real raw, you and Teresa, such real raw, authentic sharing. Thank you for, I could totally relate. How many of you could relate to Teresa or Angelica? Raise your hand. You could totally relate to them. Totally. Thank you so much, Angelica. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share? You could type it in the chat also.
Yeah, Jill, whenever I forget, I tend to hide, right? I try to remove myself from as much accountability as possible. I don't get in communication with anybody. I distract myself with social media, distract myself with everything else. And I always have like a resigned like energy, right? Like I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to deal with people. I don't even know if I like people anymore right now, right? I literally go down that rabbit hole, and I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just don't want to talk to anybody when I forget.
How many hiders? I'm a hider. Come on, be proud. Hiders. Yep. So great. We're all human. So, what you're going to start to realize is when you notice it, like, wait a minute, what am I doing right now? I'm hiding. I'm procrastinating. I'm being entitled. I'm not doing what, my created schedule is telling me to do. What's going on? That's what's going to have you be unstoppable, is to catch it sooner. So it doesn't take a week to figure it out. Oh, shoot, I've been, resigned. I've kind of given up. I got lazy. Okay. And the main key is do not beat yourself up when you're being human. You're a human. You're never going to be perfect, ever. Allow yourself, give yourself some grace. You know what? I've been complaining and I've been mad and I've just been resigned for the last 2 days. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I caught it. So it didn't turn into 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. Okay. So just have some grace for yourself. You're a human being. Okay. We're still human beings. We're real estate agents and we're out to crush it and make a huge difference for people. And we're human. So I want you to have a lot of room for your humanity. Okay, will you do that? Raise your hand if you'll do that. You'll be good to yourself. You allow yourself to make big, epic mistakes. Good. All right.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, please,
Hello?
David.
Hi guys. Another thing that I suffer from is anxiety because I have ADD anyways, which I think is a blessing in our business to be multitasking. However, the anxiety stems from who you follow on social media. So we're always on our phone. We're always marketing. We're always trying to. If your Instagram doesn't have a red circle, how valid are you, or how relevant are you? So my mentality is I always have to have something on that little red circle. I don't care what it is. It has to. We're in people's faces. The other thing that helped me out was unfollowing people that didn't, motivate me, that didn't make me smile, that didn't make me happy, that didn't make me like, damn. If I felt like that someone was trying to up someone else, or it was just like a constant competition, I stopped following them. And I think that's something that helped me out, and it could help other people out as well. If you follow people that motivate you, that really just make you smile, because we can choose who we follow or not. So that's something that really helped me out. And what stems for me on working and when I fall backwards is I was homeless at 16. I came from like the family, from the body life, and my parents were teenagers. I was kicked out as a kid. So I always know how it is to be homeless. I don't care how much money I make. I know I'm one payment away from being homeless again. And that's what drives me and makes me continue going, because it brings me down to reality and it humbleizes me that I could go back to being homeless at any time. And I don't have family that I can call up and, hey, can I have 100,000 or whatever? I bust my butt off every day because I need to build this brand, but my brand gets wealthier when I talk to people like you guys, when I make you guys part of my circle, when you guys allow me in your circle. So following people like you that inspire me, all you guys, really motivates me every single day. And I'm able to be a better salesperson, a better person because of just happy things that you put in my life every day on Instagram. That's it.
Wow. That was amazing, David. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's give David a hand. Yeah. I used to have panic attacks until I saw that I was electing to have them. I don't have them anymore, but I do experience anxiety as well. I mean, it is part of the human condition, right? And some of it have it worse than others. And just remember, David, it's like the waves or clouds. They're feelings, they come and go, and it's really doesn't define who you are and what you're up to. Okay, but it's something you have and you got to deal with it. That was awesome. All right, what we're going to call, what everybody's been sharing, what you've been putting in the chat, is this is your predictable future, right? If you don't really create goals and you don't stick to them, right? You have reasons why you're not going to do them sometimes. This is kind of predictable. Okay, it's not bad. It's not really the way we want things to go, but it's what's predictable. Yes. So we're gonna, what you wrote down, we're gonna call that your predictable future, and it's based on the past. Okay. Sorry, give me a second here. I lost my place. Here I am. Okay. So I want you to, you've already, so whoever hasn't typed your predictable future for your business, what it looks like, please do that now and write it down for yourself to keep it so you can go, oh, I'm doing that. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I wrote it down. I know what it looks like when I'm doing that. I procrastinate. Okay. All right, now I want you to look at if you conducted your business, even your life, from your predictable future, what would be, I want you to look newly right now. What would be the impact on you and your clients and your teams? And what might the results at the end of the year look like? So, you know, this takes courage to do this kind of work. Like, wow, if I forgot why I took on this, you know, adventure, and I started, you know, started being ways of the being from the past and distracting myself, and I forgot about that, like, what might it look like for your clients, for your teams, and your results be like? You might not have results. You might not have new clients. People wouldn't know who you are. You wouldn't be known in the community. So we'll put that in the chat and also in your notebook if you can. And remember, we're not saying what it would look like if you were being your vision. We're saying what it would look like if you were to operate like you have in the past when it didn't work. When you're not coming from your vision. You're maybe in like a survival mode. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to write that down or put it in the chat. And if you're driving, you know, you could just, you know, come on and share it. I want everybody to be able to participate no matter what you're doing.
Jill, what was that again? You said, what would it look like if we
Yeah, like
doing what we're doing, like
yeah, you know,
distraction?
like David and Teresa and Angelica shared, and we could all relate to it, and Leo, like, how would that impact your clients, your teams, your community, and your business results? Like, you really want to distinguish that right now and because it takes courage to look at this and get present to it. Wow, I'd probably sell 2 homes by the end of the year. Maybe if I'm lucky. Like 100,000 people wouldn't know who I am, or 1,000 people, or 100 people, or I wouldn't have helped 10 families. I would have only helped 2. So you really want, it takes courage to actually tell the truth to yourself.
Jill, can I share what my predictable
Please.
future would be?
Yes.
To help kind of give an example as well. So for me, it's funny because I've been doing the opposite of social media that Leo had said. It's like he'll go on there and do things. I've actually been hiding from social media. So what that would look like for me is I'm going to keep on focusing on my little small problems that are not really that big, but I made them huge so that I can distract myself and be busy working on that, and not actually get the products and the services and the programs that that I have created, because they're already created. It's just a matter of executing on them. They're never going to go out. Like, people are never going to get the benefit of the work I put into it, what I created, and what's possible for them in their life and in the world.
That took a lot of courage to tell yourself the truth and then share it with us. Thank you, Teresa. Anybody else? You guys are so real. You're so raw. I just love it. It's what this is about. Can you read a couple in the chat?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, let's see here. David said less stress, more help to grow, faster deals, new clients. Also said help agents buy their own homes. Yaneth said more focus on primary tasks and daily activities that will help me reach my goal. One closed deal per month. Also, David said it's hard for me to ask for help. So those are the current comments that I have in the chat right now.
Okay, great. And look, so now we know that, David's declared that, hey, it's hard for me to ask for help. So now he knows we know that. So now he can ask for help. Or we can call him out. David, what do you need?
Mhm.
So we're a community, okay? And there's only 30 of us today, okay? But us 30 are mighty for the 2,000 that are on this team, okay? All right. So now, so you've done that work. So Leo, can you put that in the chat? The predictable future is, I want them to have this so they have it forever. The questions, the 3 questions, your predictable future. How you find what's predictable is who will I be? I'd be resigned. I'd be entitled. I'd be distracted, blah, blah, blah. And then what is the impact on your clients and your teams and being that way? And what would the results be? Well, yeah, people wouldn't know who I am. I would have sold 10 homes by December. I'd only sold 2. And I wouldn't have referrals. Okay, so save that. Put it in your notebook or save it on a Google sheet or something. Okay.
Yeah. Jill, and if, obviously these questions for me, right? If I'm basically doing like the hiding and all the other stuff, right? Who I would be, it would be resigned, negative, and I would shrink. I would become smaller. The impact on my team, clients, is that they wouldn't want to work with me, right? I wouldn't want to be around me being all negative. And the results by the end of the year is that the team would shrink.
Yeah.
The team
And
would
you,
shrink.
yeah,
That would
you
be the
wouldn't
result.
have new team members. Not as many anyway. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. It took a lot of courage to go here, okay? But I'm not leaving you here, okay? Here comes the good stuff. So now that you've distinguished your predictable future and the impact that it has on you, your community, your clients, your teams, we're now going to focus on our visions for the rest of the year and the rest of our life. So how will you participate in your vision? What can your clients, your team, and your communities count on you for? So put that in the chat now and write it down too. Because I want you to have this to be able to go back to it when you lose your way or you fall off the track. This will get you back on the track. Wait a minute, this is who I am. This is what I'm committed to. So who are you going to be and how will you participate with your teams and your clients? Don't put a number yet. No results yet. And what can your clients and your teams count on you for? What can your clients and teams count on you for? You're going to declare that. They can count on me to bust my butt, to make a difference for them, to over exceed their expectations, to get them the home they really want and that they can afford, or to sell their home quickly and love you for it in the process. And make sure you're writing this down and try to keep it simple, okay? And just remember, there is no getting this right. It's different for everyone. And, it's just, nothing's wrong here, okay? So does anybody have any questions, concerns, yeah, buts, or what ifs, or how abouts, or anything like that? Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to have you add the results. Now this is the key part. So if you, who you knew, you got connected to, like in your heart, like Leo said, who you're going to be and what your customers and your teams count on you for, and then the difference it'll make to operate from your vision, what difference that'll make for your clients and your teams and your community. How would you measure that? Well, if I was really being that, like all the time, and I caught myself when I wasn't, if I was being rigorous with myself, oh my gosh, I might sell 20 homes by the end of the year. I might have 500 agents by the end of the year. We don't want, I mean, that was kind of pie in the sky. You don't want to be pie in the sky. You want to have it be just a little bit scary, but not safe. Okay. You want to have a little like, ooh, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Okay. We want you a little scary, but not too much. So put that in the chat and write it down for yourself. What are the results that would measure your vision, really? And I want to hear from some of you when you're ready to share, because I know you're writing and thinking right now.
And there's 2 shares here in the chat as well, Jill. So Angelica said, being a visionary will allow me to partner and come in agreement with my clients and dreams and goals. My team can count on me to help drive the team goals home. And then Yaneth said, to provide information, education, and guidance to the families for the purchase of their home, do seminars, and be available to answer questions.
Great. Now, my coaching for you, Angelica and Yaneth, that's beautiful. Don't change it. Add to it. I want you to add what it would look like in results. Like, how could I measure that? It'll be this many families, this many homes, this many transactions, etc. Now, you don't have to do that, but that's my coaching for you. That would have it be more real. And you have, because you know, things you measure move. If you don't measure it, you don't know if it's moving or not. So you want it, whatever we measure moves. Might be up or down, but at least we can see how it's going. You always want to check in. How's it going? How's it going? Am I hitting it? That's why we get on the scale. Okay, so only 2 people have shared. Does anybody else want to share out here? Where are you guys at? How you doing? Talk to me. And remember, you're not stuck with anything. We're just creating. You can change it later.
I'll share to continue with kind of where I was at and where I'm at.
Great.
What my teams and communities can count on, I think one of the things is getting myself educated, getting the information, making sure that information is accurate to be able to give that information to them so that they can also grow and evolve, right? It's not just a matter of, oh, I'm going to do all this, but how am I going to do that? So it's through education. It's through partnerships. It's actually reaching out to people. I need to have a conversation with Leo as well and creating those collaborations with other people to make that goal that I have or that vision that I see of impacting 100 families with them, right? Not just how can I do that by myself, because that'll be a harder task than really collaborating with others and bringing them into my world and my sphere and creating with them. And what do they need? How can I help them with whatever they're working on, right? It's creating that team.
Beautiful. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much for sharing today. It made a huge difference for me. I'm sure for everybody else too. Let's give her a hand. Thank you, Teresa. Okay, so, you know, once you create a measure from your vision. And for some of you, your vision now might be different than the one you had, you know, what you got connected to when you first started selling real estate. Either way, it's fine. Okay. I want you to create a measure, this many homes, then you can break it down, and then you have a game to play. It's a game, and you want to keep it fun. Okay. Games are played to have fun, but you don't want to be just fixed on the game. You want to make sure you have your context. Okay. Why you're doing it, your vision. So what I do is I take, okay, this by the end of the year, and I'll have this many a month, and this many a week, and this many a day, and this many an hour. I break it all the way down to the hour, so I have a great structure to fulfill to the end of the year what I'm creating. And look, we can't control the results, but we can control what we're creating and what we're doing about it, and what actions we're taking and we're promising. Okay. And accountability is key here. Okay. We all are holding each other accountable. And what has you be accountable is like what David did. He put it out there. It's hard for me to ask for help. He just now got himself off the hook. He's on the hook for that now. He can't play that card anymore. But he and that kind of gave him a shift. Okay. So accountability is key here. Okay. And speaking of that, accountability, before we end today, it's about 10:52. Leo and I want to let you know we're leading together a 90-day program for you and all the people that aren't here. So we want you to share it. We want as many people as possible on it. And it's called Grit. You like that? I love that word. Because grit, what is grit? Grit is being able, Leo's going to give you something too. So my version of grit is being able to sustain over a long period of time and be enthusiastic about it, even with the setbacks, even when nothing's happening, and to keep going and being unstoppable and dominating my goals. That's, to me, that's what grit is. Do you have anything to add to that, Leo?
Yes. So basically, guys, what we want to do is with this theme, right, of like this training, you guys can see it's a little bit different, right? It's not just informational, it's transformational. So 90 days of basically transforming your entire business. And grit. Grit for me represents being unstoppable. Being unstoppable, no matter what. And I mean, no matter what, like no matter what is happening, right? Obviously, you know, we're still human at the end of the day. Life is going to continue to happen every single day. Life continues to happen to me. And basically that's the intention, especially with everything that's happening right now with the industry, right? Especially August 17th, right around the corner, and the things that are going to continue to evolve and change and transform. We just thought that this would be a phenomenal idea. So we can grow together, transform as a community, and helping each and every single one of you, empower each and every single one of you to become unstoppable. So we are going to be dropping in interest. We're completing the program. We are going to be rolling out in August. So I'm going to be dropping a link here to whoever's interested. That way, you know, we can kind of capture who's interested in here. We're going to be talking about it on Monday as well.
Yeah. So I can tell you a little bit more about it too. It is about being unstoppable and having a structure. Okay. So we're going to charge a little bit for it. Okay. Because we want you to have skin in the game. Okay. You will not recognize yourself. That's our promise after 90 days. And why it's 90 days? Because think about it. If you're getting something new every week and transforming every week with a community of like-minded people up to something, after 3 months, you'll continue to be that way. I don't think you're going to go backwards. Okay. Maybe in a month you would, but 3 months, no way. So it's about producing unprecedented, unpredictable results in your real estate business. And some of you have other businesses. You can use it for that too. So we're going to engage in exercises weekly, 1 hour a week. Okay. Trainings, transformational work, coaching, and we're going to be celebrating as a community. And there will be accountability. You'll have a group. Okay. And this, the reason we created this is to really, and it's for Leo and I too. We're in the swimming pool with you. We're not perfect. Okay. We want this too. So we're going to be in the program with you. So it's really about you being who you really are and achieving what you're really committed to. And even beyond that, not just for the 90 days, but for the rest of your life. So if you're interested in this GRIT program, and it's just for real estate agents on our team, it's not for anybody else, just for us. Okay. Type GRIT in the chat. And we want you to also, because we do have an early bird special. Okay. We're not charging that much. The program starts August 1st. And it's a very simple form. And this will just let Leo and I know when, we have a registration opportunity, we can let you know.
Yep. Yeah. And I just dropped the link in here for you guys. So if you guys can do that there. And what it's going to look like, we're going to be getting together once a week for an hour, similar to this, but it's going to be very, very structured week by week. So we're going to be working on things together. And I'm just so excited because like Jill said, right? Like I'm going to be part of it as much as each and every single one of you is going to be part of it. So I'm selfishly using it for me to grow and to get to the next level as well. So we wanted to create this, for individuals that are committed to really transforming yourselves and your business moving forward. Please, obviously, submit this interest form. I want to keep it. And also, like, this is the other thing I'm committed to. I'm committed to everybody that starts the program, 100% completion.
Yeah, no quitters.
100% completion.
And
Yes.
there will be accountability, which I crave. Okay. What
No
else am I going
hiding
to
in
say?
this
Oh, and you're going to
program.
have homework assignments. You're going to have things to do that week. Okay. And we're giving you I'm giving you your first homework assignment, whether you do the program or not. Go watch Rudy. It's an old film. I watched it yesterday. Somebody told me about it. Wow, this little boy believed in himself when nobody else did. And he had a dream to be a football player at Notre Dame. And he did it. But boy, did he have setbacks. His best friend died, the only one that believed in him, and his family. I mean, it was so moving. So watch that. It'll inspire you.
I just dropped it into the chat. Rudy, right? Rudy, right, Ms. Jill?
Rudy, yeah. I think
Right.
it's, it's probably 20 years old. I think it's on Prime Video. Yeah, for free.
Cool.
Okay, so I want to see hands. If you are now clear on what your predictable future is and what your vision is, and you know how to measure it. So I want to see hands, real hands, or virtual hands. I don't care, but I want to see that you have that. If you don't, then I want you to call me. Okay, I'm on the WhatsApp. If you got stuck today or left with something, don't stay with it. Just call me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And here's what I want to leave you with. The point in all of this today, in this 50 minutes, is you have something to focus on, like who you are and your results. But the point is to focus on who you're being in the process of accomplishing these amazing results. Okay. It's really who you're being. You're not going to produce these results if you're not being who you really are and the vision you created. Okay. For all you doers, I'm a doer.
100%.
Okay. Okay.
Let's just, Ms. Jill, thank you so much. Let's give a huge thank you to Jill for her contribution today to our community. I'm going to drop in once again the interest form. please go ahead and submit that information. It's just ask you for 3 basic questions: your name, phone number, and email, and we'll send you out some information about the program and how to get fully registered. But I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that participated, everybody that shared. I want to acknowledge you for your courage. I want to acknowledge you for your work. Thank you so much for being part of my life. And I am so honored and grateful, Jill, that you are here co-leading this course with me. So I'm excited. And thank you so much once again.
I love you guys. I do.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Leo.
Love you too, my friend. All right, thank you so much. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Let's grow.
Thank you.
Thank you.